Welcome to video 2 of the Masterful Planning video series. In today's video, we're going to learn why it is so important to plan how we invest our time and how to do so. At the end of the last video, you compiled a list of activities you do during a normal workday. Now, keep that list close to you. We're going to use that here in a moment. The most valuable resource when it comes to success, second to our relationships, is time. My favorite thought about shifting the way we think about time was framed perfectly by Stephen R. Covey. The key is not spending time, but in investing it. Now, what's the point of investing money? Well, in hopes of getting a return on it. Otherwise, it's just an expense. Well, the same is true for our time. Are the tasks on your list an investment, or are they expenses? Our accomplishments, or lack thereof, is a reflection of how we have managed the events for which our time has been invested in our lives. So how are we investing our time? Are we purposeful with our time, or do we just let it slip away and then wonder where it's gone? Do we plan our days or drift through our days in a haze of unorganized tasks and abundant distractions? Do we spend our time in a way where once we do, it's gone? Or do we invest it so that our effort and energy works for us? This message is not advocating a strict adherence to a schedule. Rather, it's to show the dynamics of how fast time slips away from us. So how much time do we feel that we have? Could we make a wiser use of our time? Now, we know that doing little things will help us manage our tasks, and it will actually make a big difference of how successful our lives become. However, we often prioritize the things that end up sabotaging our success and letting the difference makers just simply slide away. The question is, why is it so powerful to plan how we will invest our time? Now, we know what we need to do. Why can't we just get ourselves to do it? Answer lies in a culmination of a series of points brought up by human psychology. First, the trying harder just actually simply doesn't work. Modern psychological research has shown in a number of studies that willpower is an exhaustive research. This concept, known as ego depletion, suggests that an increasing productivity lies not in an increased effort, but a methodical application of strategy, such that the day does not require constant willpower, pedal to the metal all the time. Now, second, research by Janet Pallavi from the University of Toronto suggests that beginning a project is often the largest barrier of productivity. Her research suggests that our brains fear large projects because we are susceptible to abandoning ship at the first sign of trouble. This means without a plan, we quickly derail our productive day and our goals with any sign of trouble. Our brains then go about simulating work by focusing on just small, meaningless tasks. This is how we feel effective, while still procrastinating the most important activities of our day. However, the good news is there's this compulsion of humans to finish tasks once they begin them. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. The brain loves completion of things and will tend to remember incomplete tasks over completed tasks. It's like when somebody taps on the desk. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, right? We want that last two, like tap, taps. Otherwise, our brain is like, drives us crazy. In other words, identifying a time to do things and a specific deliverable will increase our ability to do them by reducing the willpower needed by making use of our brain's desire just to complete the task. So, how do you currently feel about your use of time? You made a list of typical activities you do in a day. Now we're going to sort them out. Activities can be plotted on this matrix based on their importance and their urgency or time sensitivity. Activities that are urgent and important, those want to be done first. Second priority, the tasks that are important but not urgent. Urgent but unimportant activities are next, and then last, unimportant and non-urgent tasks. Those are the lowest priorities. Let me give you some examples. Taking my son to daycare, fixing a squeaky closet door, working out. I'm out of milk and eggs for breakfast tomorrow morning. I got to rush home to watch the news or my favorite TV show, or I've got to submit an end of the month report, or maybe it's chatting with a buddy for the last 30 minutes of the day to catch up, or maybe it's a challenge with a coworker or a family member and they're throwing a tantrum. Okay, so maybe I've got all this stuff that kind of arises in my day. How do I sort this out on the matrix? Let's take the first one, taking my son to daycare. This is important, and because I like to have a little bit of cushion room, it's non-urgent, so it's not a rush. It's important, not urgent. All right, so I've got a squeaky closet door that's functioning. It's non-urgent, not important. Working out, important, good for my health. It's just not urgent right now. All right, I'm out of milk and eggs for breakfast. I'm headed home. Well, gosh, that could be important and urgent if I want to be eating breakfast and feed my family tomorrow. All right. Rushing home to watch a favorite TV show or the news may feel urgent, but it's not important. Maybe I'm submitting an end of the month report and it's the end of the month. Well, gosh, that's important and urgent. Let's say I've already been talking with my buddy and I want to chat longer. Well, that's non-urgent, not important. Let's say I've got a family member throwing a tantrum or a coworker. Well, gosh, that feels very urgent. It's just not important. All right? So that's just a quick illustration of some examples of where these might lie in the matrix. In conclusion, we often distract ourselves with the lower priority categories when we meet resistance. Planning with the higher priorities in mind will guarantee our results. Imagine how much peace you will feel when less of what you do needs to be done as an urgent task, and you can actually just work on what's most important. This is my challenge to you. Sort your list you created in the first video into these 4 quadrants: urgent, important, non-urgent, important, urgent, unimportant, and non-urgent, important. Where are you wasting some of your time? Where are you investing some of your time? Where are you prioritizing what's urgent over what's important? And in the next video, the 6 elements to a good plan. We'll see you there.